Yeah, Shankar.
Okay. So I would like you to experience something on the AWS console if you have not done much before. Like probably create two EC2 instances from console.
Okay.
Probably you can start the timer, how much time it takes, something like that. You can check, create a VPC.
Okay,
Okay.
so
First of all,
since this
before
is
that, do you have an understanding of what is VPC?
a little bit Shankar.
I'm sorry.
A little bit.
Voice is breaking. I don't know, some network issue.
Yeah.
Little bit. Okay. So VPC, you think about browsing center, right? Say you
Okay.
own a browsing center. What do you do first? What exactly you do? I mean, probably you can start typing in your Word. Probably take out your Word document. I want you to write it down something. If you want to, that's a virtual private cloud. Okay. So you have a browsing center. You plan to start a browsing center. Simply think about, I mean, you are probably 20 years back, not just in the current world, at least 15, 20 years back. So what would you do? Buy
Browsing
internet
center
connection
means
first.
browsing center means cyber
Internet-
cafe, right?
Cyber cafe, correct. Yeah. So you get high speed internet connection, whatever is possible, some DSL, some other connection we always say, right? Okay. Buying a internet connection first.
Okay.
And then what else do you do? You go and buy CPUs and a monitor, right? Then you connect all the devices with the internet using the cable, internet cable, like Ethernet cable, right?
Yeah.
Probably there is a switch. There is a router for internet. There is a switch for connecting all the devices into a single switch. Do you understand this, whatever networking that I'm talking about, or you need more
Yes,
clarity
yes,
on that?
yes. Yeah, I got it, Shankar.
Okay. Basically, you need some network devices and internet connection in order to make, correct?
Yeah.
And is your network available to the outside people? Say, for example, there is one more cyber cafe next to you, or maybe you you are you are requesting people to access one of your device from outside, from other country. Is it accessible for them?
Unless we make
Most
it
probably not.
accessible, it won't be
Yeah, most
accessible.
probably not, because you are not going to be exposing any of your current connection to the other people, but you are able to access to the internet. Whatever is hosted on the internet, you can access it. Correct?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. That network is called a private network. That is called VPC. It is nothing but how many machines connected, what the IP address of each machine, all those information will be there in that within the closed network. Similarly, on the public cloud, AWS public cloud, we have VPC. That is nothing but virtual private cloud. Basically, it is a it is a it is virtually a private, even though it is in a public cloud. Okay. What is EC2 instance? What is a compute
Basically, it's
within that network?
virtual server.
Yeah, basically within the network, if you add one more system to the network, that you can call it as a compute, or a EC2. So similarly, within a VPC in AWS, if you add one compute that is nothing but EC2, then it becomes a small computer that is added to the network. What you can do with a computer? You can install operating system, you can run some applications, you can start some services, you can expose some services, you can make people to access the services. Correct. So for now, what you do is you create a VPC, you create a EC2 instance. You go to AWS console, create a VPC. In the search type VPC, you go there.
Click on this one or this one.
But see, create VPC directly, it allows you to go to the particular prompt. Create VPC is okay. So basically, VPC and more is something that we need to create. In the auto generate, you can say VPC lesson or Terraform. You can type Terraform. You will be accepting all the default values. There'll be two subnets, two availability zone, four subnets overall. What is availability zone?
So basically the actually availability zone is under the regions. So regions are basically the data centers, and the availability zones are the multiple data centers in a same area. Let's say Mumbai is a
Uh,
data center. So yeah, Mumbai is a region, and in Mumbai we have two availability zones. Because let's say if there is any kind of natural calamity happen, so we cannot keep the data center in one particular area. We will spread it across multiple locations. So that is called the availability zones. Let's say the North Mumbai or the
correct,
South Mumbai, like that.
correct,
Am I
exactly.
correct,
In order
Shraddha?
to maintain the stability, reliability,
Mhm.
we have to have some replication in place. Replication or duplication, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because it is just multiple versions of the same application running, so that if one goes down, the other can pick it up and do it. That is the overall purpose of running something on cloud. So you have an opportunity to achieve 99.99% availability. Okay. Just keep going down. You can create with all the basic setups to public subnet, to private subnet, one NAT gateway, none, it is okay. Yeah, S3 gateway. Yeah, that is fine. You can click on create VPC. How much time it takes? Probably 3 to 4 minutes, right?
I think this one took
Overall.
some seconds.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I mean, overall, if you go to the
Okay.
VPC section, log into AWS console and click on VPC, fill some details. If you want to modify something, right?
Mhm.
Some details. Definitely it'll take 3 to 4 minutes. Overall, you can
Mhm.
consider 5 minutes. Just assume that
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Then you go to that particular VPC, click on the VPC.
Your VPC?
Yeah, yes, your VPCs. Terraform VPC. Click on the link. Okay. So you can scroll down a little bit and then you can see there is a public subnet and there is a private subnet. And whatever is connected to the internet gateway, that is a public subnet. You can, yeah, correct. IGW is internet gateway. You can probably scroll over to the right side. Network, yeah, correct. Now you can see which are all the public subnets.
These are
That
the
is a
public
public subnet.
and these are
Yeah, and then whatever is there in the green, that is a public subnet. You can see in the middle, right, route table.
Mhm.
That is a public route table, RTB-public. Next, down, one down. That is a public subnet which is attached to the the internet gateway is attached. That is attached to public subnet. So what is route table? Any idea?
No, Shakar.
Route table is all about how the traffic will flow through uh, which interface the internet will be connected. For example, at your home, if you connect to your Wi-Fi router,
Mhm.
right? If you connect to a Wi-Fi router, you are directly connected to the internet, right?
Mhm.
That means
Yeah.
there is a gateway, that is an internet gateway, that is nothing but your router. That is a gateway for you to connect to the internet. Exactly similar to that, some internet connection will be given to you in your VPC. That is called internet gateway. It is nothing but a router which will route your traffic to the internet. In the public route table, if you click on the route table in the middle, that Terraform RTB-public, right?
This
Next,
this one.
down. Yeah, click over there, double click, or maybe click on the arrow. Click on the arrow, right side, yeah. So there you can see the actual route table. That is, see, you can see the internet gateway attached, right? Down.
Yes.
IGW. Yeah, IGW is nothing but a router that is connecting you to the internet. That route table attached to these public subnets. So we'll probably not go very deep into it. So all these things are taken care by AWS console to create an attached internet gateway, all that. Okay. Now you type EC2 in the search and right click and open in a new tab. In the search,
Agar I have
type
a question
EC2.
here.
Yeah.
Uh, what are these?
So 10.00/16 is your internal IP address, VPC.
Okay.
Basically, we are talking about a network, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means a group of machines.
Yeah.
Group of machines will have IP addresses, right? IP addresses allocated by the public subnet, public internet, because every machine has to have a unique IP address so that if anything happens to the public, anything you do whatever you do, it should be completely tracked by the internet group, IETF, right? For that, they will assign a public IP to you. So you have to follow some standards. So for example, you will have a public IP, you will have a MAC address, you will have private IP, all that will be part of your computer. Even your mobile phone, which is connected to the internet, will
Mm-hmm.
have an IP address, dedicated IP address
Mm-hmm.
that can be traced back if you probably do some activities on your phone, which is not legally approved or legally accepted. So basically, in order to maintain visibility, they will have IP address attached to each device which is connected to the internet. For that, you should have an IP address that is nothing but VPC CIDR, CADR,
Okay.
classless interdomain routing. That is called a CADR. That is attached to your VPC. That means your private IP will be 10.0.0.0/16. /16 means 2 to the power 16 IP addresses will be given to you.
Okay, for the entire VPC.
Yeah, for the entire VPC.
Okay, so that
Overall,
means
it's a
since
32-bit IP address. Yes,
since one VPC have public subnet and the private subnet, right? So
yeah,
that means we have to divide the IPs in the VPC to these subnets.
correct. If you click on subnet association,
Subnet association. Yeah, here it is.
you could see that there is a /20. It
Okay.
is already divided into 2 categories. There, 10.0, 16.0/20. /20 means 2 to the power 12 is a list of IP addresses that are available to that particular subnet.
Okay. So, do we have two public subnet
2
in
public and 2
VPC?
private.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah.
2 public subnets and 2 private subnets.
Okay. So, are these
Okay.
auto-generated IP address? I mean, they have been divided by the AWS, not by us.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
If
It is
we if
by
we
default has taken some calculation.
Okay, and if we want to customize it, like custom divide the IPs, can we do that?
Yes, yes, absolutely. We can do it. Yeah.
How
See,
to
at
do
this
that, Shivam?
point, what we are
Yeah.
doing is we are trying to understand at a
Hmm.
high level. We are not doing any deep dive into the VPC concepts. It is just only we are trying to see only why we are using Terraform. So first of all, we need to
Hmm.
understand why we are using Terraform, what and all it is trying to address, what are the different advantages of using Terraform, what are all the drawbacks if you use AWS console to create everything.
Okay,
So
Shivam.
at a high level, you understood what is subnet, what is route table, how the route table is written. So you can go back to routes once again. Routes. No, no, no. You are there on the right, left side. Okay, you click on the. Okay, yeah, yeah. Routes. The first one. Yeah. So, say, for example, you should you should probably highlight 10.0.0.0/16. Highlight, double click. If your traffic is towards this set of IP address, see, can you just copy paste and put it in the chat GPT and ask for IP address to total IP address range? Yeah. So 65,536 IP addresses in total. So that means there can be 65,536 EC2 instances can be created inside this. EC2 instances or any other services can be, AWS managed services can be deployed here. Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
If any connection towards this IP address, it will be local. That's what it means. If you go to your VPC subnet section once again, your VPC. Yeah. So If I think you clicked again. Can you go to the next tab?
This one? This one.
No. Tab. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Just come down. So you see routes, right? If destination is 10.000/16, the first column. Yeah. If the destination is 10.000/16, that is a local. That means that is within the network. Understood?
Yeah, got it.
If it is going to the outside world, that is 0000, any other IP address, it will be through internet gateway. That's what it means. Say, for example, there are 4 different rooms at your home.
Okay.
Do you need to go outside and ask permission to go to the other room?
No.
No, right? That is local. Say if you want to talk to your friend, meet somebody in a particular shopping mall, what do you need to do? You need to access a public transport, or maybe Uber or Ola, to go and commute and all the way to go to your mall and then meet your friend. That exactly goes through the outside world. That is what is internet gateway. So if you just see the above one, anything which is not local, that is 00000 slash, that will be going through the internet gateway. That's what it means.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, any more questions?
No, Shankar.
Okay, you can go back to the other tab, the previous tab in your browser. Yeah, can you double click on the private to US East? Middle one. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's the one. Double click. Any first or last, anything is okay. Double click. Now again, you go to the, yeah, okay. You have again 10.0016, that is local, and if your destination is, if you click on that, that is a private link. If it is
This
your,
one?
if it is a private link, yeah, that is a, if it is a private link, that means if it has to go through the, if it has to go to the internet, it has to go through the private link. That's what it means. So this
Okay.
one probably a little complicated for you to understand at this point. There is a VPC endpoint, that is the target. You see VPCE, right? VPC endpoint. Next one. Yeah, that is a VPC endpoint. So what I'm trying to say is what what is shown in the private subnet. For example, you are within your home and you want somebody to be restricted, stay within the home, not allowed outside. Probably a small kid is there and he
Shankar, hold on for
is
me.
yeah.
Yeah, please proceed.
Yeah. Say if there is a small kid, he is probably supposed to just stay inside the house. Whatever he wants, he'll be communicating through the gate to somebody to buy some item or maybe feed some food. Right? What
Mhm.
do? You will put him in a private area so that, I mean, he is not going outside and falling down somewhere. He is not picking up something. So like that you do, right? That is called a
Yeah.
private subnet here. You want to make your database in the private subnet, your application in the private subnet, like that you do. When you do that, how do you make connection to the outside world? That's what it is, the private link and VPC endpoint.
Okay,
So
so
we'll
that
talk more
means,
about this when we come to VPC
sure.
section. Yeah.
Okay, Shankar, that means, suppose in a private subnet, if there is any services running, so to access the outside world, by the service. So it should have the VPC endpoint.
Correct. VPC endpoint or NAT gateway. There are two different things that we can
Okay.
do. Either it could be a NAT gateway or VPC endpoint. NAT gateway will be
Okay.
costly. VPC endpoint is very cheap compared to NAT gateway.
Okay.
uh, okay. So now you go back to search bar and type EC2. Search bar and type EC2. Right click and open in a new tab. Okay. Now you just make sure that instance is removed once you complete your task. Don't keep the instance running. It'll unnecessarily be costing you some dollar.
Yeah,
Always
Shankar.
make sure
Sure.
you remove the instance completely. Don't stop it. Okay. Now I'm asking you to create one more instance for now.
Okay.
What do you need to do? You need to click on launch instance and then fill all the details, right?
Yeah.
Just try to probably understand how much time it takes for you, at least 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'll just name it as
Yeah,
Terraform.
type whatever is required. You just keep
And
creating the instance. I'll just be back. Just give me 2 minutes.
sure.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, Shankar.
Um, okay.
I
Can you
just
create
printed
one
this
more
receipt.
instance?
Sure.
Can you create one more instance? So while creating instance itself, you try to understand what are the different parameters required.
Yeah.
You probably give an additional tag, name and tag, choose AMI, security group, your EBS volume, key, right? I mean, all these things you just make a note. What are the different things that you do? Now you choose a VPC, separate VPC. No. No. Close it. Close this. You don't need to create a separate key pair. You can use the existing key pair. Select. No. Select. Yeah, Terraform, the first one. Right. Now in the VPC section, network settings, edit. And choose the VPC that you created. Instead of default, above. Yeah, correct. Choose. Click over there.
173.
No. You go there. I mean, it is easy, pretty simple. You don't need to really look at here. Yeah, you get to see the VPC, Terraform VPC. Yeah, automatically in the next, it will put the public subnet or private subnet. Just find out it is a public subnet or private subnet. Choose that. Choose a public subnet. Click on the drop down. Click on the drop down. Choose a public subnet. One or two, anything is okay.
I'll go with this one.
Yeah. Auto assign public IP enable. You should enable the auto assign public IP so that our IP address is allocated to the instance. You go with the create a security group. Just give a proper name.
1 second.
VPC dash is.
Yeah, Shankar. So yeah, auto assign public IPs enable.
Yeah. Go to the security group and choose a proper name. Create security group is okay, but make sure you say VPC dash SG. Correct. SG. Okay. Come down. It is always by default, it is prompted for SSH port 22. SSH is a way to connect to the remote server, right? That is very much required. Okay. Now go down. Down all the way. You don't have to make any other changes. Click on advanced detail. One more thing I'll tell you. Click on advanced details. Go all the way down. A little bit further. Yeah. So you see user data, right? Optional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click on the info. Click on the info. Just try to understand what it is written. I'll tell you afterwards.
Basically, it needs a
Basically,
user data or a command. When you launch a instance, it will automatically execute that command, I guess.
exactly. That's what is the purpose of user data that allows you to create your EC2 instance with the pre-required softwares, packages, whatever it is. So you don't have to wait for the instance to start and then do something. While the instance is getting started, registered, it will do all the required stuff for you.
Hmm.
Example, installing a particular server, starting a particular service, or cloning a particular repository, all that you can do it here. Okay. Now that I just want to give a heads up, that's all. Just go a little up, and then choose launch instance. Where is it? Is it at the bottom?
Shankar, what exactly is this configure storage?
Storage, say something similar to attaching a external storage to your computer or your phone, right? Like that.
Yeah.
That is nothing but a storage, simply hard disk. You can simply think it as a hard disk
Okay. For the EC2 instance.
for the EC2 instance. Because you cannot run an operating system without a block, right? Without a storage.
Yeah.
Okay, just go down all the way. Click on create for now. Yeah,
Launch
launch
instance.
instance. Correct. So now the thing is, we created two instances, one VPC.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yes.
Uh, Probably it took almost 10 to 15 minutes to realize what needs to be created, how it works, all these things, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Now we have just another 1 minute to go. We'll get the call disconnected and connect after 5 minutes. You're okay to connect back, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure. We can disconnect now and connect again.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll do that
please. Yeah,
also.
we can disconnect and connect.
Please
Yeah, sure.
share me the link, Shankar.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same link.
Okay.